Esiet sveicināti, dārgie portāla sportcentrs.com un arī YouTube kanāla LV basketbols skatītāji un klausītāji. Turpinam podkāstu sērijas pirms EuroBasket 2025 finālturnīra. Šoreiz kārta Portugālei. Un ar mani kopā ir Antonio Pedro Dias, Mexico City kapitānes galīgas kluba skauts, tāpat arī Eurohoops galvenais skauts. Now I'm switching to English, so thank you, Antonio, for joining me. Thanks for finding the time to talk to me. First question would be, what is the current state of Portuguese basketball? How do you view it?
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation, and happy to talk about Portuguese basketball. Portugal's basketball is on the rise again. We had like a good period in 2007, 2011 that we went to EuroBasket with good teams. The teams in the league were also prospering. Then we had kind of a downfall. We haven't been to any EuroBasket since 2011. And now, especially with Nemias Queta going to the NBA, being a champion with the Boston Celtics, it kind of helped Portugal to care about basketball again. More kids on the street playing, more kids on teams playing as well. So it's developing again. More players, especially in women's basketball. We have a lot of players in college. We just went to our first U19 World Cup women's as well. The women's team went to their first EuroBasket as well, so it's going up again, and we're happy for that.
You already mentioned EuroBasket 2007. I don't think Latvian fans have the best memories from that tournament. But to keep our conversation going, do you think the rise of Benfica, of Sporting, of Porto, of clubs playing on a European stage, how do you think that has helped the rise of Portuguese basketball? Or is it just Nemias playing in the NBA getting drafted?
I think the main one is Nemias getting to the NBA, just because it gives kids the idea that they can get to the NBA, they can get to the highest level. We always thought, like, we don't have anyone in the NBA, we're never gonna get there. So why try a career in basketball when you can do anything else? But those teams also help, just because they have the money to do so. As you know, and most people know as well, they're more geared towards football, but they have the investment, and everyone in the country supports one of them. So everyone in the country supports either Benfica, Porto, or Sporting. So doesn't matter the sport they're playing, fans will go there, and it's easier for the country to grow in that way if they have those teams investing, if they have those teams playing Champions League, FIBA, and Europe Cup. So it helps, but I think having Nemias in the NBA is the bigger factor.
How would you say, what are the general expectations from the public? How overall big is the interest and the hype surrounding the team getting back to EuroBasket after long years of drought? How do you see the overall interest from the society? I understand you're a basketball guy, so of course you will follow it all the time, but the general interest of public.
Yeah, the general public, usually when it comes to these kinds of tournaments, even Olympics with any kind of sport, they're usually like, they don't care about the sport for 3-4 years, and then when it comes to big competitions, they want them to succeed. But basketball people have been trying to get in the heads of people, like, we haven't been here for almost 15 years. We haven't been in this stage. We are not one of the best teams. We are not favorites of any kind. We probably have the big favorite in our group in Serbia. So it's not easy to do this. We want to get one win, maybe 2 wins, and then those 2 wins can get us to the next stage. But like, we're not putting too much weight on that. These are two different generations of players. We have the older players that have been trying to get here, and then we have the new generation of players that won the Division B U20 a few years ago with Namias, with Lisboa, with Diogo Brito. So we try to it's a transition process, and we're trying to get back to EuroBasket first, and then from there put together 1, 2, 3 consecutive presences, and then we can start thinking about being more competitive there.
You already touched on Serbia being a heavy favorite in our group. How do you see the power rankings of the group and also of the tournament? Where do you rank Portugal? Where do you rank Latvia? Do you view us as one of the favorites for medals or no?
I think Serbia is for sure a big favorite. France has to be taken into account. And then from there, it's not easy. Spain is going through a transition. We know Latvia is always especially playing at home. They're always going to be a force to be reckoned with. We'll have to see how Turkey does, just because they haven't been the best team in the last few tournaments, but they have especially with Sengun. A big weapon there. The group is not easy. Then you have Greece with Yanis, you have Slovenia with Doncic. Like, you have the best players there, and it's not easy. I would put Serbia in, like, I put Serbia in the first tier alone. With Latvia, I would put, like, I think Latvia can get to the quarterfinals, and from there, it's like a lottery. Like, you have to play from there and see what's out there. For Portugal, it's trying to get that first win, and then when you get the first win, maybe get the second one and try to get to the next stage.
Do you have any idea or any estimates how many fans will be traveling with the team? Has that been talked about, or no one's coming?
I think people are coming, like, especially basketball people are always there. They're always try to follow. Don't expect like a big chunk of fans, like you don't have like the Greeks going, or Serbians in flocks or stuff like that. We'll have some fans there, but it's not gonna be, especially when you play like Latvia, the arena will be basically Latvians there. But actually, we got our qualification when we were playing in Latvia against Israel, so it kind of holds like it's historic for us to be there. So a few people will be there, but don't expect too many,
Talking about the roster, everyone knows Nemias Keta and Travante Williams as probably two of the best players. Who are some other players that you could point out for us that people should look out for, and who might maybe some guys who might not have anything who might not show on the box score, but they have an impact on the game?
Yeah, Namias and Travante are clearly the best players. They are two-way players. Namias will have more of the ball than he does with the Celtics, and you guys in Latvia know him because you're watching the Celtics. So he
Not
played
anymore.
there. Yeah, not anymore. You're gonna follow more the Hawks, but you've been following Porziņģa. So, but with Portugal, one name to keep an eye on is definitely Diogo Brito. He's playing in Spain. Let me see. He's going to Obradoiro in the second division in Spain. He played at Utah State with Namias as well. He played in college 4 years. He knows the game very well. He's an excellent defender, really good shooter as well. So that's a name to keep an eye on. He's been really good in the games preparing for the EuroBasket. And then from there, the team is pretty equal. Like, all 12 players that are going can play. Of course, you have Travante and Namias that are gonna rack up more minutes. But then from there, every player can play. Like Miguel Queiroz is the captain. He plays for Porto he's been playing for Porto for a lot of years. Francisco Marante is a really young player that is going to return to Portugal. Rafael Lisboa, also a guy who can shoot the ball from anywhere. You have Candido Sá, who's playing in Spain as well. He's been playing. He's the guy who's been playing more with Nemias Queta in the preparation games, more as a four. So, but every guy in the squad is gonna get minutes because everyone gives a different different kind of feel to the team, but everyone can contribute for the team as well.
Who are the notable absences of the team? I know we don't see Ruben Prey on the roster. What's his current situation? Because a couple of years ago he was one of Europe's most promising prospects, but now he seems to not live up to his potential, at least for now.
Yeah, so he went to St. John's. He's going into his second season, and from what I've heard, St. John's didn't allow him to come. He played in one game while he was still with Juventud Badalona, when Portugal played against Israel, I think. He's not allowed to be here because he would have been if he could be. Another one is André Cruz. He's been with Portugal in the U18s, U20s. He also went to college, but returned to Portugal after getting injured. He's a big absence as well. Then Gonçalo Delgado as well. He plays for Porto. He's got injured as well. And then Antonio da Silva, he also got injured. He played in the qualifiers, but then he got injured. Right now he plays in France, and he's not gonna be there. So those are the main guys that are gonna be left out.
If we look at the preparation games, what kind of conclusions do you think we can make just watching Portugal alone?
Yeah, so Portugal played. Portugal actually played and won in Spain against Spain, which was like we never did that. We know, like it's a preparation game. It's not official, but Portugal never won against Spain. Never could have dreamed that. So it was a big result. Then Portugal lost against Spain B. Played against Argentina, Iceland, Sweden. So they tried to put better national teams first, and then in Portugal they played against Iceland and Sweden, teams more of our level. Portugal beat both of them. Portugal plays a style of basketball that is predicated on their defense. Good perimeter defense. Try to put pressure on the players. Try to force them to make decisions. Try to force the guards to get rid of the ball, and then use guys like Nemias Queta in the back line of the defense to try to correct some of those errors that can come from pressuring up. And from there, the offense is not going to be like a big point of emphasis. Portugal will try to defend well and then get out in transition or get to simple plays on the attack, a quick pick and roll to get the roller going. Try to find some shooters coming off screens. It's more a kind of archaic offense, but it's predicated on defense and trying to run after that.
Okay, so that's about it from my side. Do you have any questions maybe about Team Latvia?
Yeah, for sure. What are your expectations for Latvia in the tournament?
I mean, we lost our best defender a couple of days ago, Rodion Skuruc, due to injury. He's undergoing surgery on Monday. I mean, I think we have the potential to reach for the podium, but that will depend on a lot of factors, and some of those factors are just intangible. So I have the highest hopes, but we'll see. And I totally agree with you that we have Serbia as the clear-cut favorites. Then I see it's probably Germany, like in the second tier, and then is the third tier with multiple teams who can compete for the medals with Greece, Latvia, Turkey, Spain, Italy, and probably Lithuania. Also probably someone else I just forgot. So something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they expected to be the packed arena every game?
Yeah. Of course, yeah. And also more than 15,000 Estonians are coming.
Yeah.
So also their games should be packed. So yep.
What are your expectations for Portugal?
I mean, it's tough to say. I was present in those games in the arena you mentioned when you guys played Ukraine and Israel in Riga.
Yeah.
Uh, from those games, your team looked promising, especially against Israel. Uh, I'm not sure what to expect because as you already know, I talked with Sinan Giler previously. I talked with Slobodan from Serbian TV. I talked with my Estonian guy. I still have to talk with Zidek from Czech Republic. Uh, all of those previous guys I mentioned that I talked to, they basically put our group in like two tiers. Is the first three teams, and then is
Yeah.
the other three teams. So I'm not sure if I totally agree with this sort of division because I think if we don't consider Portugal, Czech Republic, or Estonia enough, then they can hurt us. So I think every game will be a chance for Portugal to hurt their opponents, and that could be very costly at the end of group stage.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that because we had the same in 2007. Like a lot of people, I think, didn't
You
account for
already hurt us
Portugal.
18 years
Yeah,
ago.
we heard you guys. I know those stories where everyone was like trying to see if Portugal will get there, and they did. Like I was starting to play basketball at that time, so that was a big tournament for me as well. But yeah, that's it from me. Thank you for your invitation. I
Thank
like being
you.
here talking
Yeah.
about Portugal and basketball, and hope for both of our teams to go through.
By the way, just one last question for me.
Yeah.
What's your plan for the EuroBasket? Are you coming to Riga or because I saw you were covering the games for TV Portugal or something. So are you doing it from Lisbon or are you coming or what's the plan?
So I just did for the Portuguese Federation
Hmm.
TV the game in Braga, the international tournament with Iceland and Sweden. I did the game against Iceland. I'm not going to Latvia, and we don't have the rights to cover the event. So I'm just gonna be watching from home and and cheering from there. But we'll be at home and following as many games I can.
Okay, so thank you so much. Best of luck in your future endeavors and I hope to see you at some point again. So thank you for taking the time on. I'm now
Thank
finishing
you.
the recording.